The media is rolling us now from one fake event into another. It's not a coincidence, all these shootings here, there and everywhere, or someone's been arrested, or someone's committed suicide, or someone's done this and someone's done that. All of it is a distraction. Of course, there was another alleged shooting yesterday. I say alleged because I wasn't there. So it was done in Temple Square by the Temple University. Did anyone make that connection and go, think about that? Now, the guy who allegedly shot 6 cops has a history of criminality, we're told, and was known to the police, including narcotics and gun crime. Now, how ironic is it? He called an attorney during the standoff of a company with only one attorney, named Shaka Johnson. Johnson's previous posts were a police officer and a narcotics investigator. Coincidence? You decide. This next 2 pieces highlights the changes we have to do within the state groups and the thinking behind it. In an hour that it takes a new Walmart employee to earn $11 starting wage, the family that owns the retail giant has banked $4 million per hour. In fact, the 3rd generation heirs of the Walmart founder Sam Walton have amassed $191 billion fortune and currently top the Bloomberg's list of the richest families in the world. And that has grown by 39 billion since the last year. 39 billion profit in 1 year, and they are paying staff $11 an hour. And this is why the TPC businesses, the People's Club, have to be different. It's all pure greed. Nobody needs 39 billion. All of it's a dick swinging contest, buying out competitors and more control. And the TPC cannot and will not replicate that under my watch. It's not the way we're going to go. The report breaks out that the Walton fortune increases by $70,000 per minute, $4 million per hour, and $100 million per day. Profit per day, not year. It's obscene in a year, never mind per day. And Walmart rang up $514 billion in sales from more than 11,000 stores across the globe, and the family holding company Walton Enterprises owns a 50% stake in Walmart, which also paid out $3 billion in dividends last year. Yes, $3 billion in dividends to the same greedy fat cats at the top end. None of it went to the staff. And the People's Club will endeavour to limit profits and then share profits amongst all the staff equally. Any excess profits will help into helping other TPC based businesses so that everyone thrives, not just a few. Now, according to the report, it's been a good year for all of the 25 wealthiest families in the world. No surprise there. Yes, economies boom or bust, but these same snake oil salesmen have always had good years. And during the bust, we pay for their good years. Now, the 25 families who collectively control almost 1.4 trillion in total wealth, which is an increase of 24% in the last year. All the businesses going bust, and the banks and everything, and these clowns still made 24% profit in the last year on what they already had. You see, it's always a good year for the parasites. Well, the top family, the Walton family behind Walmart, have a value of 190.5 billion. The 10th one is Cargill and Macmillan families behind Cargill Inc. with 42.9 billion. This is what we are going to change, these vampiric energy harvesters. What do people need 1 billion for? Never mind 191 billion. It's absolutely obscene. When many people around the world go starving, and we have over half of the world below the poverty line. That has to and will change. When we create our own brands and shut these people down. Care and share is the way, not harvest. And so, yet again, in the world of so much poverty, and many without the 5 basics in life, another story came up in the UK this week of one soccer player who has only played 112 games at age 22, has just been given a new contract of $300,000. Not for the year, for the week. Imagine if that was replicated in the real world, where you turned up for work 112 times, which is roughly 22 and a half weeks, and suddenly you were given a wage of $300,000 per week. Like that happens. A 22-year-old kid suddenly being thrust into the global elite earning scales for turning up to work 112 times. When some, in fact, most jobs globally, you can work 5 days a week for 112 months and not earn that amount that he earns each and every week. Now, it's not the kid's fault he got that pay rise. It's the system that creates the vast gulf in earnings. But it is we who can change it. You know, for $300,000 per week, you can fund 8, 9 or 10 nurses for a whole year. What has more value to society, 10 nurses or 1 footballer or soccer player? And it is these examples that we the people have lost on what is value. For example, a training shoe is a training shoe in general. Yet one training shoe costs $30 with no branded name, and the other, which is being branded by the Council of Foreign Relations Committee, has the brand and charges $90 plus. Same with phones. Like I said before, you can get a Samsung phone from Walmart for $60. Smartphone. And yet another Samsung phone, which looks no different, was just so short of $1,100. You know, is it made out of precious metals? Do both phone, text and have internet access? Yes. So what is the difference? And what is the discrepancy in cost and value? Like art. Who decides the value of art? We've got several artists in our group that are more than capable of drawing and painting a picture called The Scream. To me, it resembles a painting of no higher than a 5th grade student's capabilities. And yet that painting sold for $120 million in 2012. Then we have the Picasso nude, green leaves and bust. Again, it looks like a kid's collage painting. That sold for $107 million. It's mind-boggling. The discrepancies in value. But what's even worse is both of those paintings sold at that price are currently higher than the GDP of 150 countries for one painting. For those new, the GDP is what everyone in a nation spends the whole year. Everyone, every penny is counted. And one painting is sold for more than 150 countries' GDP. And this is what the state groups are tasked with, altering things to back to what is true value. Their world is riddled with sickening examples of obscene discrepancies of what they feel is value. And we're all responsible to correct that, and it starts with you.